Good morning, Aries. We are looking at your full moon tarot today. The full moon is happening in your 10th house of career in the sign of Capricorn. And we're going to take a look at where you were 18 and 9 months ago with those new moons in Capricorn, where you are in the present, and then where you're going in the next 9 to 18 months. All right. So in your past, oh, wow. Okay, so we have the Tower. Let's also check out the bottom of the deck. 5 of Cups reversed. So you've been feeling at a loss lately, but new opportunities are appearing to you. Things are coming up as they do with the full moon, where like you have these great realizations and things really come full circle. And so you're seeing the better options that are out there for you, and you're really getting excited about them. So in the past, so around the last 2 Capricorn new moons that we experienced, so again, 9 months ago, and then the one before that, 18 months ago, you were totally towered. Everything fell apart. And maybe this had to do with your career. Something just completely fell to the ground and it could not be repaired. And so you had to start rebuilding from the ground up. And actually, you weren't mad about it. It was something that really needed to fall apart, something that you needed to let go. And you weirdly found that you were excited and wanted to celebrate. Or even if you didn't want to celebrate from the get-go, you then realized how much better the situation was for you. It was kind of like waking up from a nightmare and realizing that you had to let it go with this 9 of Swords and move on to something new. All right, let's go into the present. Okay, with the 4 of Swords following the 9 of Swords. So maybe you felt like you were asleep in some sort of way, and now you are awake and ready to go, go, go. So now's the time to see something come to fruition with your work, with your career. You know, if you were waiting for a time to act, now is the time. If you were waiting for a time, especially to kind of let go of those final pieces that are still holding you back, now is definitely the time for that. Center card represents you, most definitely, King of Pentacles reversed. You may be a little nervous because with all of these career things in turmoil, but turmoil in a good way. We have chaos, which is creating really cool new things for you. You might feel a little bit at loss with your resources. But this is actually really asking you to kind of get off your throne and get down and dirty and try new things. Also, kind of letting go of authoritarian things that were no longer working. And then, we have the 2 of Cups reversed. So again, letting go of something that is no longer healing in your career. Are you in a toxic space and you've kind of decided like this is no longer for me? There have been like explosions along the way, and now this is really saying it's really time to go. All right, now that could be a scary thing. The possibility of leaving a toxic situation. So we're going into the future with Justice reversed. So again, kind of having like an unbalanced sense of things, which is what happens when change takes place. Definitely weigh your options before you make, you know that you have to let things go. You know that you have to leave something. And if you're really happy in your career, just know that the 10th house and the sign of Capricorn is about your destiny in general. So maybe there's a path that you are on that you know if you continue going on this path, you've already been towered in this area of your life. And so you just know that you have to make a big switch when it comes to the path that you are going down, or just stop going down the path that you're currently on and go down that fork in the road in a different direction. And something's going to feel very unfair. Maybe there's a boss that you would like for them to get their just desserts, but they're just not going to. They're going to stay at the job, and it's really up to you about whether you want to leave or not. What do we have next? The Three of Wands reversed. So this is inviting you. Right now, you kind of don't see the path ahead of you. You just know that maybe there's a space where you're very frustrated, and this is really inviting you to look out and see what's ahead of you. Also, Aries, you haven't given yourself credit for as far as you've gone. Sometimes with Capricorn matters, we can just put our heads down and work, and we don't see all the work that we've done, all that we've accomplished. We're always thinking about the next thing, the next responsibility. So what the Three of Wands reverse is inviting us to do is really step back, take a look at all that you've done. This may be rewriting your resume, adding more things to your resume. If you're totally making a completely different career switch, looking at, all the skills that you have in the new area of interest, instead of kind of having this imposter syndrome, like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Well, take a look back at all the things that you've done in your life that support you in going in this direction. And then to really sit down and make a business plan, write out the vision, or just daydream about the vision that you see for yourself, and really use your imagination. Because right now you're feeling stuck about that. You're not quite sure. You've been on a path for so long, and you know what that looks like, and it's time to reimagine and imagine what other paths may look like for you. And this is really going to involve going on a journey. And then finally, we have the Ten of Wands. So getting really focused on what your true passion is. And this is definitely going to involve cutting some extraneous things out of your life. And if you start cutting those things out now based on, and this is the present cards are the validation that you need and the invitation that you might have been seeking to really cut those toxic things out. Get up and go. Leave something that may appear very luxurious and very cushy, but if it's not making you feel good, then it's not worth it. And then with the Two of Cups reversed, looking for things in the environment that are toxic and that you probably need to get away from. And then here we have with our last card, Ten of Wands, saying that there's going to be tons of passion. There's tons of passion flowing through you for something around your career, something about living your destiny a certain way, really following your calling, following that longing within you that Oprah's always talking about, right? And so get really focused on especially for you Mercury-driven Gemini, if you have some Gemini in you, Aries, which you probably do, you've got it somewhere in your chart, right? Really get focused on, 2 things, 3, 4 tops, that's it, and really focus on those things. Because if you're going to make an impact when it comes to your destiny and your legacy and how people are going to talk about you, it's best if you only choose a couple of things that you're going to be really good at. And let the other things kind of fall into place. You can't control everything. So as you leave things behind so you can focus more on a couple of things, you will find that success comes with more and more ease. And you're already so well on that way as you're letting go of things and you're seeing what better opportunities are out there for you, Aries.